Hello, welcome to IELTS Resource Center podcast, where we dive deep into the world of IELTS preparation. I am Mr. George, your host, and I'm thrilled to bring your essential tips, strategies, and expert advice to help you reach your desired IELTS score. Today, I will be bringing to you interactive learning experience from IELTS Resource Center online coaching session. Stay tuned.
All right, so IELTS reading. It can be tough, right? Like drinking from a fire hose sometimes. So much information, so little time.
It really is.
But what if there was a way to not just survive, but like really thrive?
Right.
Especially when it comes to those short answer questions that everyone hates.
Oh, yeah.
That's what this deep dive is all about.
Absolutely.
We are going deep into these methods with Mr. George from the IELTS Resource Center.
Yes.
He is like the master
Oh, he's amazing.
of unlocking student potential for reading.
Yeah.
And to make it even more relatable, we're going to be following Grubenga, who is a Nigerian student,
Okay.
just like you guys,
Cool.
as he uses Mr. George's approach.
Yeah.
To conquer these questions, I think we're going to find some game-changing strategies here.
I think so too. The thing about Mr. George is that he doesn't just tell you what to do, he tells you why.
Yeah.
And that makes such a difference.
That's so important.
It is.
It's like understanding why you're doing something
Yeah.
makes you way more likely to do it right.
Exactly. And as you'll see, his approach isn't just about passing the IELTS. It helps you process information better in any situation.
That's awesome. So it's like life skills as well as IELTS skills.
Totally.
Love that. Okay, but before we jump ahead,
Right.
let's just make sure we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
When we say short answer questions,
Yeah.
what are we talking about?
Okay.
What are those? And why are people so scared of them?
They look really simple,
Yeah.
but they can be tricky. They ask a direct question, and you have to find the answer in the text.
Right.
Sounds easy.
Yeah.
But then you have a really strict word limit,
Oh, right.
like 2 words,
Well.
3 words, something like that.
That's tough.
It's like hitting a bullseye with a tiny little dart.
Okay.
You need to be accurate and concise.
You can't just ramble on.
No rambling,
Get to the point.
just the facts.
But that is a pretty useful skill in general, right?
Oh, for sure.
Like outside of IELTS,
Yeah,
who doesn't need to be able to just find information quickly and accurately?
all the time. Reading a news article, a report at work, even just like trying to follow a recipe.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. George is giving you the tools for efficient information processing.
That's amazing. Okay, so it's not just test taking, it's building skills.
Absolutely.
I love that. Okay, so tell me, how do we do it? How do we get this superpower?
Mr. George has a 6-step plan.
Okay,
Each step builds on the last one. Get you to the right answer.
nice and simple.
Easy peasy.
Love it. And you said we were going to hear about Grubenga, our Nigerian student,
Wow.
and how he uses this method.
Here.
Can we do that as we go through the steps?
Sure, we'll weave his story in.
Perfect.
But first, step 1.
Okay, hit me.
Read the instructions carefully.
Okay.
Sounds simple, but people forget.
I know. Sometimes I'm so excited to get to the questions, I just skip over the instructions.
It happens.
Is that really bad in the IELTS?
It can be. Remember, the IELTS is standardized.
Okay.
They are looking for very specific things. The instructions are like a contract. They tell you exactly what to do
To get the point.
to get those points.
So important.
So you need to pay close attention to the word limit.
Okay.
And remember that numbers are counted as words.
Really?
Yes. 1, 2, 3. Those are words.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So it's like setting the rules of the game before you play.
Exactly.
You want to score an amazing goal and then find out it doesn't count because you were offside or something.
Exactly.
All right, so that's step 1. Read the instructions
Read them carefully.
carefully. What's next?
Step 2 is all about keywords.
Okay.
You have to be a keyword detective.
I love that.
Find the keywords in the question itself, and they will act like a compass to guide you to the answer.
Like a compass.
Yeah, like flashing neon signs in a crowded city.
I love that. I can really picture that. So it's not just about reading the question, it's about analyzing it.
Yeah.
And finding those core concepts.
Exactly.
But isn't that going to take up loads of time?
Right.
Especially when you're stressed and you have the clock ticking?
It might feel like that at first, but with practice, it gets easier. And it actually saves you time in the long run
Okay.
because you are not just wandering around in text.
You know where to look.
You have a target.
Okay, so you're not wasting time.
No.
You're focused.
Laser focus.
I love it. So it's like having a mental roadmap
Right.
instead of wandering around in the wilderness.
Exactly.
Okay, I love that. But even with a roadmap,
Yeah.
you still need to be able to read the map and navigate the terrain.
Right.
So that's where the passage comes in. Is that step 3?
You got step 3 is all about the passage.
Okay.
But we are not going to deep read just yet.
Okay.
We're going to skim.
Skim.
Like getting a bird's eye view of the text.
Okay.
Getting a feel for the structure.
The structure.
And the content.
Okay. So not deep reading, just getting a general idea.
Right.
But won't I miss important details?
It's not about ignoring details. It's about prioritizing them. You already have your keywords from the question, so you know what you are looking for. So
Okay.
as you skim, you are looking for clues that tell you where the answer might be.
Okay, like little signposts
Exactly.
pointing you in the right direction.
Yes.
Okay, so it's like reading the chapter headings before you read the whole book.
That's a good way to think about it.
It gives you that context.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. So you've got the context. Now, how do you actually find the answer?
That's step 4.
Scanning.
Scanning. This is where you put on your laser focus glasses.
Okay, I'm putting them on.
And you search for your keywords or synonyms for your keywords
In the passage.
in the passage.
Okay.
But it's not just about spotting the word. You have to understand the context around the word
Okay.
to make sure you have found the right answer.
I see. So it's like we've gone from having the roadmap
Yeah,
to now using a metal detector
I like it.
to pinpoint the exact location of the treasure.
Exactly.
Okay, we found the treasure. What do we do with it? This is the writing part, I guess.
You got it. Step 5 is all about capturing the treasure, putting it into words.
Okay.
And this is where those instructions are important again, especially the word limit.
Yeah.
Incision is key.
Right. Get to the point.
Mr. George says stick to the passage's wording,
Oh, really?
unless you absolutely have to paraphrase.
Okay.
Don't reinvent the wheel.
Keep it simple.
Like a surgeon making a precise incision.
Okay.
Every word counts.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've covered reading the instructions
Fully.
carefully,
Yeah.
identifying those keywords,
Yes.
skimming for context, scanning for details,
Like a hawk.
and then writing our answer concisely
Accurately.
and accurately. But there's one more step.
Right.
One more step.
The final quality check.
Step 6 is all about double checking.
Okay.
It's like that moment before you hit send on an important email.
Oh, yeah.
You have to make sure everything is perfect.
I hate that feeling.
Me too.
But it's important. It is. Mr. George suggests you ask yourself, does my answer actually answer the question?
Okay.
Does it fit the word limit?
Okay.
Is it spelled correctly?
Ah.
All these little things can make a big difference to your score.
It's crazy how easy it is to make those little mistakes.
I know.
When you're stressed and you're rushing.
Totally.
But it seems like each step in Mr. George's method is like a safeguard to stop you making those mistakes.
It is. It's all about minimizing those silly errors.
I love it. Okay, so we've got the theory.
All right.
But now I want to see it in action.
Okay.
You said that Gabenga,
Yes.
our Nigerian student,
Yes.
was doing a practice passage about Nollywood, the Nigerian film industry.
Uh-huh.
Can we see how he uses the method?
We can. Let's step into his shoes.
I'm ready.
So Gabenga is sitting down with his practice passage, feeling that mix of excitement and nerves.
I know that feeling.
We all do. He takes a deep breath, remembers Mr. George's teachings, and starts with step 1,
Reading the instructions.
reading those instructions carefully.
Okay, I feel more confident already just hearing that.
It's good to have a plan.
It is. What's the first question he sees?
The first question is, what contributed to the growth of Nollywood?
Okay.
And Gabenga remembers step 2,
Keywords.
keywords, he highlights, contributed, and growth. And he adds Nollywood to the list
Okay.
to make extra sure he's focused.
Okay, so he's not just jumping into the passage, he's being strategic.
Exactly.
Love it. What does he do next?
He remembers Mr. George's advice about skimming,
Okay.
getting that bird's eye view.
Right.
He quickly scans the passage, and he sees headings like early beginnings, challenges and triumphs, and global recognition.
So now he's got a sense of the structure,
He does.
and he can start to think about where the answer might be.
Exactly. It's like having a map of the territory
Right.
before you start exploring.
So you don't get lost.
You don't get lost.
Okay, but how does he get from that big picture view to the actual specific answer?
That's where step 4 comes in,
Scanning.
scanning. He puts on his laser focus glasses.
I've got mine on.
Good. And he starts looking for those keywords or synonyms,
Okay.
and almost like magic,
Like magic.
his eyes land on a sentence
Where?
in the challenges and triumphs section.
Ooh, getting closer.
I know. The sentence says, The industry's growth was fueled by a combination of factors, including technological advancements, passionate storytelling, and a growing demand for local content.
Wow. The answer is right there.
It is, when you know what you're looking for,
It's like magic.
it is a bit magical.
So he's found the answer, but now he has to make sure it fits the word limit
Right,
and that it says the same thing as the passage.
exactly.
How does he do that?
That's where step 5 comes in.
Writing the answer.
Writing the answer. He has to be precise
Okay.
and concise.
Right.
Let's say the word limit is 3 words.
Okay. 3 words.
He carefully picks the most relevant keywords from the sentence.
Okay.
And he goes for technological advancements.
3 words.
3 words.
Perfect.
And it captures the main idea.
Wow, that's amazing.
He's distilled a whole sentence into 3 words.
But he's not done yet.
Yeah.
One more step.
Double check.
Double check. He takes a moment to review his answer.
Okay.
Is it answering the question?
Okay.
Is it within the word limit?
Yeah.
Is everything spelled correctly?
So easy to make a mistake there.
It is, but he's being careful.
This is why Mr. George's students do so well.
I think so.
It's that attention to detail.
Yes.
And the strategy.
The strategy and the precision.
It's amazing.
It is. And you know what's really cool?
Right.
This method isn't just about finding the right answer.
What else is it about?
It's about really understanding what the passage is saying.
Okay.
It's about connecting the dots.
I left that.
Seeing the bigger picture.
Tell me more about that. How does Mr. George's method do that?
It's all about the way the steps work together.
Okay.
Each step builds on the last one,
Yeah.
and it makes you engage with the text on different levels.
So you're not just passively reading.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
thinking about it. You're questioning. You're analyzing. You're synthesizing.
You're learning.
Exactly.
So it's like you're training your brain
Yeah.
to be a better reader.
A more efficient reader. A more insightful reader.
Awesome. And as you practice this method, you start to just know where to look for information.
You develop an intuition
You do.
for how to find the key details.
And how to express what you understand concisely.
Exactly. It's like building a mental muscle.
Love that.
And you can use that muscle for all sorts of things.
It's not just IELTS.
Not just IELTS.
So it's useful for life.
For life.
This is amazing. I'm so impressed with this method.
Me too.
But I have to ask, if it's this good, why isn't everyone doing it? Why are people still struggling with reading?
That's a great question, and it's something that Mr. George thinks about a lot.
Does he have any ideas?
He thinks that traditional education focuses too much on memorizing things.
Yeah.
Instead of developing those critical thinking skills.
Like just learning facts.
just learning facts.
They're learning how to think. Okay, I think he might be onto something there.
I think so too.
We're often taught to just find the right answer,
Right.
not how to ask the right questions.
Exactly.
And that's what I love about Mr. George's method.
I do too.
It's all about empowering students to be active learners.
Yes.
To take control of their learning.
And to develop the skills they need to thrive in a world full of information.
It's not just about the IELTS.
It's about life.
I love that. It feels like we're talking about more than just test scores. This is about equipping students with tools for life.
I agree.
It's inspiring to hear about people like Mr. George, who are so dedicated to making a difference.
He's a good guy.
He is. And what's amazing is that he's made these skills accessible,
Yes.
even for students who find reading difficult.
He has a knack for that.
That's really impressive.
Yeah.
If he can make reading the IELTS fun and easy, imagine what else he could do.
I know. The possibilities are endless.
I'm thinking about applying this to learning a language
That's a great idea.
or learning to code.
You could do it.
My mind is officially blown.
I told you.
Mr. George's method is more than just steps.
Yeah, it is.
It's a whole new way of thinking and learning.
It is a new way of thinking.
Okay, but before we get too carried away,
Right.
let's bring it back to Kabenga.
Okay.
How's he doing?
He's feeling good.
Is he?
He is. All that skepticism is gone.
That's great.
And now he's feeling confident and excited.
I love it.
He's realized that he can do this.
That's so powerful.
It is. It's a game changer.
I bet there's nothing more motivating than feeling like you can do something.
Totally.
It's like something clicks in your brain
It does.
and suddenly everything seems easier.
Exactly.
And that's what Mr. George is all about.
He wants to help students unlock their potential,
Yes,
not just for the IELTS.
but for anything.
Anything they set their minds to.
That's a wonderful legacy.
It is.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yes.
what's the one thing you want listeners to remember about Mr. George's method?
I want them to remember that reading effectively is a skill. It's not a talent.
It's not something you're born with.
Nope. You can learn it.
Anyone can learn it.
anyone.
with the right help.
And practice.
And practice.
Mr. George's method is that help.
He breaks it down into easy steps
Easy to follow steps.
that anyone can use. It's
Exactly.
like he's giving you the keys to the kingdom of knowledge.
I love that.
He's showing you that anyone can learn and understand.
As long as they're willing to put in the work.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I'm sold.
I am too.
But for people who are ready to take their IELTS prep to the next level,
Yes.
tell us about Mr. George's online coaching.
Oh, yes. So Mr. George offers online coaching programs to give people personalized support and guidance.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing.
It's like having your own personal IELTS guru
It is.
guiding you every step of the way.
Exactly.
That sounds fantastic.
It is. If you want to learn from the best, go to the IELTS Resource Center website.
And check out the coaching options.
Check them out.
Amazing. Well, that brings our deep dive into the amazing world of Mr. George to an end. And his method for conquering IELTS, short answer questions. It's been a really interesting journey.
It has.
And to all our listeners out there, remember that you have the power to unlock your potential.
You do.
Never stop learning.
Never stop exploring.
And never be afraid to really dive deep into the things you're curious about.
I love that.
Until next time.
Happy reading, everyone.
Yes.
It is, and what's even more amazing is that he makes it fun.
Oh, that's important.
It is. He makes it engaging, even for students who don't like reading.
That's the sign of a good teacher.
It really is.
If they can make something you hate enjoyable, they're doing something right.
Exactly.
Okay, so if it can transform the way we think about the IELTS, imagine what it could do for other types of learning.
I know, right?
Like imagine applying these principles to learning a new language,
Yeah.
or learning to code,
or anything.
anything.
Right.
Okay, my mind is officially blown.
I told you.
This is incredible. But let's bring it back to Benga for a second. How's he doing?
He's having a moment.
Oh, is he?
He's having a real aha moment.
Love those.
Me too. He's working through that Nollywood passage, and at first he was a bit skeptical.
Oh, was he?
He thought it was going to be too complicated.
Right, all those steps.
All those steps.
It can seem a bit daunting at first,
It can.
but then he started applying the method. And what happened?
And he realized that it actually made him faster
Faster.
and more accurate.
Wow. So it's not just about understanding.
No,
It's about speed as well.
it's about efficiency.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What was his aha moment?
He realized that the keyword step,
Yeah.
it wasn't just about finding the words.
What was it about?
It was about understanding what the question was really asking.
Oh, okay.
Like, what was the intent behind the question?
I see.
And that made a huge difference.
So it's not just about matching words.
Yeah,
It's about understanding meaning.
it is.
It's about thinking critically.
Exactly.
Wow. This is more than just test prep.
It
This
is.
is a life skill.
It is. Mr. George is all about that.
He is. He's amazing.
He really is. He's passionate about it.
You can tell.
He wants people to be confident, to be clear thinkers,
Be able to navigate the world
Right.
with all its complexity.
and information overload.
Yes. It's amazing.
It is.
So we're talking about more than just test scores here.
We are
We're talking about giving students the tools they need to succeed
in life.
in life. It's inspiring
It is.
to hear about people like Mr. George.
Yeah, he's making a real difference.
That is.
And you know what I think is really special?
What's that?
He doesn't just tell people what to do.
Yeah, we talked about that.
He explains why.
Yeah,
And that makes all the difference.
it does. People are more likely to do something if they understand why they're doing it.
Exactly.
So he's not just teaching them steps.
no,
He's teaching them how to think.
he's teaching them how to learn.
Powerful stuff.
It is.
Okay, so what's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from this?
I want them to remember that reading is a skill.
Oh?
Like any skill, it can be learned.
You don't have to be born a good reader.
No, you can practice
Yeah.
and get better.
With the right guidance.
Mr. George provides that guidance.
He does.
He breaks it down into simple steps.
Easy to follow.
Easy to follow.
Anyone can do it.
Exactly.
It's like he's opening the door to the world of knowledge,
I love that.
showing people that anyone can understand.
Yes.
Anyone can learn.
As long as they're willing to put in the effort.
I love that.
Me too. And for those who are ready to take that step,
Okay.
Mr. George offers online coaching programs.
Oh, wow. Tell me more about those.
They give you personalized support and guidance.
So it's like taking his teaching to the next level.
Exactly.
So it's like having Mr. George as your own personal tutor.
It really is.
That's awesome.
It is. So if you are ready to level up your IELTS prep,
Okay.
head over to the IELTS Resource Center website.
And check out the coaching.
Check it out.
This has been amazing.
It has.
We've learned so much today.
We have Mr. George's method as a game changer.
It really is.
It is.
So to all our listeners out there, remember that you have the power to unlock your potential.
You do.
Never stop learning.
Never stop exploring.
And never be afraid to dive deep into the things that you are curious about.
I love that.
That's what we're all about here.
It is. Until next time.
Happy reading, everyone.